The Monitors is a 1969 film directed by Jack Shea. This is written by Myron J. Gold. It's based on The Monitors by Keith Laumer. And we have a cast including Guy Stockwell, Susan Oliver, Peter Boyle. It's because of Peter Boyle that I became aware of this. And honestly, it's not terrible, but it's not amazing either. It's one of those films where I definitely wouldn't have watched it if I didn't have a reason. The reason being Peter Boyle, of course. And I didn't think it was a good film, but it's kind of charming at the same time. It's about these aliens who look like humans wearing suits. They look very smart. I thought that was a really interesting choice. And they come down to Earth and try and stop Earthlings from being violent and offensive, and they try and basically suppress the way that we do things. And let's be honest, the way that we do things sometimes needs to be suppressed. And, well, needless to say, that's not always going to be the easiest task, and I'm not going to say what happens, but I will say the narrative is honestly kind of boring. It isn't that interesting at all. It is meant to be, as far as I'm aware, it's meant to be a satire on this kind of sci-fi film. And yeah, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see the comedy aspect. It's not funny, but I wouldn't say that if you're in the mood for a funny film, this is the one to go with. There are some amusing moments, but in general, it wasn't the strongest. And then we have the narrative as well, not really being the strongest either. But it's charming. There's something about it that I enjoyed. I enjoyed watching it because I guess it felt like a film of the 60s. Late 60s, but nevertheless. And that part of it I thought was quite charming. There are a lot of films produced around this time that do feel rough, that don't feel very well polished, but they're a product of their time. And that's quite charming. So it's not a great story. It's not terrible, but it's not the best. It's not exactly the funniest, but it's not funny either. The performances are good. Some of the music and sound effects are quite interesting. If you like films from the 60s, the late 60s, and you're looking for something that's maybe a little rough but quite charming, it could be an entertaining film for that. But if you're looking for a strong narrative and a funny story, then it's not really going to deliver there. So I guess as a film, it's not great, but as a little pocket of time, it's quite charming. Do I recommend it? Only if that's the kind of thing you're in the mood for. It could be good to put on in the background while you're doing other things. It's a nice little bit of late 60s company, but if you're looking for a decent story to become fully immersed in, I mean, give it a go. There's nothing about it that I would say is badly done. Yes, it's quite rough, but there's nothing that's annoying or irritating or anything like that. So if you're curious, check it out. I don't think it will be time wasted. It probably won't end up being the most delightful experience, but it has a charm. It has a certain charm to it. It's quite sweet in that regard. So if you're curious, check it out. Don't expect anything too amazing. But that being said, comedy is subjective, so you might find it more amusing than I did. But in general, it's a charming film. It's not a great film. But if you're curious, then I suppose I'm happy to recommend it.